Welcome back, my little recusants, to another episode of our Final Fantasy 13 Let's Play. We've just finished up there with our battle with Vanille's Eidolon, Hecatoncheir, and we're just going through to basically look at the journal and that all the Eidolons now are collected. We can look through all of their different abilities and whatnot, and yeah, we have the multi-armed man, Hecatoncheir himself, Bahamut, Alexander. We've seen them all, and now all of them have been collected, and so Vanille has her extra ATB bar, and we're just going to hit a quick save. As I'd mentioned, we had a bit of an issue with completing the battle, getting through it, saving, or not saving, and then again crashing as we went into the tunnel here. So I had to redo the Hecatoncheir fight, and I lost many a time in a row. Really didn't think it was going to be that much of a difficulty, because I'd kind of gotten through it first try, which is the version you saw there. But just super speeding through the tunnel here. Not a lot more to kind of look through. We've kind of seen every encounter that it can offer, and we're even skipping a few because, to be honest, with the fact that we've done so much grinding here off screen, there really isn't that much of a need. But I wanted a bit of a redemption because I did such a bad showing of that boss earlier in the tunnel. So let's have a look. With just, genuinely, sometimes it's just having a bit of a Libra on already, so your synergist and others can just have a better idea as to what to apply. For example, bar fire, so important to have that, as well as protect. But now we get to just throw some cures out as lightning. Very rare I have lightning as a medic, unless she's in a just overall all medic paradigm. And you can see there the cuirasses from Vanille and Hope skyrocketing the healing potential. And just going back to Saboteur, because we know that realistically in a couple of seconds all those debuffs are going to be gone. So we need to get back to Vanille. Saboteur and 2 Ravengers, not a bad other option considering we're totally buffed up. Taking very little damage from a very powerful attack there from the Juggernaut. Going over to Diversity now, just to have that little bit of a healing pick-me-up while still being able to do all that damage there. And that's really where you want kind of a paradigm for every single kind of eventuality. Do you want just an all-round, I'm in dire straits, I need to heal, triple medic, all the salvation all the time? Do you want something to kind of build chain gauge and use the Saboteur to keep up the debuffs and slow down the stagger? Do you want your Commando to still be doing good physical damage? Another one that I rarely use but is a good option is to literally have Commando, Synergist and Medic. So you're getting your chain gauges started, you're getting your buffs, but keeping yourself super healthy with the Medic, so that once you then go into full offense, you're fully buffed, you have all of your health really high, so you can just go all out offensive with your defensive backing there as well. But a much nicer showing, much less panic and fear, and realistically the reason this one went so much more smoothly was just because we had the Libra information in the AI's catalogue. So Hope knew, oh right, yeah, this guy does powerful fire attacks, so we're going to throw up those bar fires straight away as soon as the battle begins. And realistically our stats haven't changed that much, it's just the strategy, and that really is the whole vibe, I suppose, of 13 and its paradigm system. It's that any combination of characters can work well and will synergize well together, and it's just up to you to find what works with your playstyle, what sort of situations do you enjoy, and realistically sometimes the party you love playing with are not going to be the ones that are going to see you through the issues that you're having. Maybe you need, Snow, Fang and Saz Like maybe you just need those complete other 3 characters, big sentinels, to just hunker down while Saz puts strong buffs on Fang and Snow, and then you go around to 2 Ravengers and Fang as a commando, go all out. You also have like the chance to dispel with Fang. If someone's putting on lots of buffs, you can dispel them away. Now, dispel gets slightly less useful when you do have the power of Dispelga, but also Dispelga is a double-edged sword. It removes all of your buffs as well, and debuffs. So if you had a ton of buffs and one enemy just gets a ton of buffs as well, you might prefer, no, I'll just switch to Vanille and Fang on Saboteur and just dispel everything with the Saboteurs, keeping all of our buffs. You know, it does all depend. But I really do enjoy Vanille, Hope and Lightning. Really is quite good. And they just have that little bit of extra healing. They can have the chance of like triple Ravengers. They have the Saboteur option, and like Vanille is the most diverse Saboteur. Hope is the most diverse Synergist. So you really do have everything bar Sentinel, which I'm kind of speccing Lightning into now, so we will have Sentinel options going forward, which will be pretty good. Now, as we progress along, there's just a couple of treasure chests and whatnot, but we are actually going to be finally leaving this little area. I say finally, it's not been that long for you guys, but when you consider I did a bunch of grinding off screen, I have seen these tunnels, this texture, the darkness, the music. I've seen it for a very long time now at this point, so it really is just making me excited to kind of show you guys Erba, show you guys the other missions that are out there. And realistically, I suppose just for transparency, my hope is to get to Erba, like that is going to be our destination. That will cause us to finish chapter 11. But before we go to chapter 12, the game actually, like, it's like a little thing of, do you wish to progress to chapter 12? Very rare that it like lets us choose that. But we can still have the rest of Grand Pulse to explore. But what's handy about this next area, or I suppose what's handy about that pre-chapter 12 moment, is that we actually get a Crystarium expansion, which is just brilliant. And with that expansion, we can really power up our characters to help us take on a bunch of these missions. And one particular mission I'm hoping to bring us to will get us an accessory called the Growth Egg, which is basically the double EXP accessory. And what is fabulous, because this game is like, it's too complicated to track too many different gainings of experience points. Once a character takes part in battle with the egg, it just causes the results screen EXP to be doubled. So it's not like it's just for that one character, it is literally for all of your characters, so they all get the benefit, and it's going to be pretty awesome. But I'm going to pause briefly for a cutscene.
No way through. That FalCie must have been slacking.
Wait! Stop already!
The vile peaks all over again.
Hey!
Hope! Get out of there!
Is he trying to stop it? You can do it!
What are they doing?
Ooh, well that was cool. Go robot guys.
Good lesson for us. Not even a mighty FalCie is a match for the power of teamwork. That is inspiration right there.
Save the sermons, old man. Let's hop on Trailblazer here, while we still have the chance.
And with that cutscene over, we seem to have managed to stop the FalCie. And we're going to hitch a ride 100%. And what you guys are so lucky to have is the fact that I was like, this is a bit short. We can't really end the episode after 10 minutes. So that's kind of why we ended up with like a 33-minute episode instead of our usual kind of 18 to 20 minutes. Because I was like, I guess we're just here and this place isn't really long enough to kind of warrant its complete own episode. But we get a complete biome change and another really cute cutscene with Serah, our girl that started it all, the catalyst for which all of the chaos of our focus and our shared fate of FalCie all happens. But don't take my word for it. I'll let the cutscene play. But like the atmosphere is totally different, the colours, the music, it's so good.
What you doing?
I was talking to Serah. Just telling her that we're all gonna be okay.
It's so pretty. Serah, you'd been crying, hadn't you? Back when we first met? This place was beautiful, and my focus was to destroy it. I decided to do nothing, and wait to become a sea. But because I did nothing, others got dragged into this nightmare, and I was the one to blame. How's the scrape? Huh? Fine. Much better, thanks to you. Oh, sure you don't mind. I mean, I'm not keeping you from anything, am I? Not at all. Don't worry. I could sit here for hours. Hey, Serah. Do you think we'll meet again? We might. Sure. See, the thing is, I was chasing after someone. And there's something I really need to apologize for. But I just can't ever find the words. Gee, that's gotta be tough, huh? Yes. I even have nightmares about it. Well, if it's too much to deal with, face it later. Really? Sometimes things seem easier when you look at them from a distance, you know? But does that really work? Good question. I'll let you know. Actually, I've been trying to keep something at a distance myself lately. Like what? Don't laugh, okay? It's a dream I had. A bad one. I dreamt I destroyed the world. It was terrifying. I needed some time alone. It had me so scared, I tried to run away. But then, my boyfriend, he came chasing after me. That's when I understood. Running away and leaving behind the people you care about? That isn't love. Though you might just want to keep them safe, shutting them out of your life only hurts them more. The point is, I have people I can count on. I'll make it through. I think you'll be fine. And you will be too. You'll find the words. I'm sure of it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. What else can I say? I'm not the one you should be asking, Vanille. You'll know what to say when you find your friend. You'll see.
You mean you met Serah?
Mm-hmm. I tried to hide our focus, and she ended up a LaCie. I wanted to say I was sorry, but...
Well, when we rescue her, maybe you'll get the chance.
Yeah, I hope so.
Come on.
I think Serah saw the same vision of Ragnarok that we did. Which means Daisley had to be lying when he explained her focus. I think she beat it. She handed Cocoon over to us, and that's what made her turn to Crystal.
Yep. I know.
So, oh my goodness, let's just unpack all of that. So Vanille met Serah, and they had this whole like little talk on the beach, and Sarah's like, oh, I kind of like thought I was supposed to destroy the world, isn't that crazy? But what I think is beautiful is she just literally knew that she had the support of her fiance, the support of like her friends, and that she would like make it through no matter what happened. And she kind of stared down that kind of grim fate with just courage, you know? And I think people just, you know, because she gets kind of refrigerated so quickly in the story, and she is kind of damseled insofar as, you know, people might say like, oh, like why didn't she use any of her LaCie powers? It's like, for one, you saw what happened with Hope and Lightning when they entered Palimpolim with even a modicum of like force. The entire like town went into a frenzy and tried to like attack and kill them along with the armed forces. So like Serah actually using LaCie powers would have literally been like a lightning rod to the cause of, oh yeah, LaCie are all dangerous, let's just like take them out. And as well as that, we also have the whole situation with Vanille knowing that she's basically caused all this heartache with Serah becoming a LaCie because she kind of refused to let Fang know what their focus was, and attempting to kind of ignore the focus and like avoid dealing with any of it. It triggered Serah becoming a LaCie and being dragged in to then drag, you know, Snow, Lightning, Hope and Saz into this whole situation with Cocoon. And it's maybe destruction, maybe salvation, we don't really know. But with Vanille and Serah talking, like Vanille then was like, do I just have the bravery just to kind of say to Fang, yeah, I faked not knowing our focus, but I do not want to fulfill the focus as I understand it. And like another really poignant moment as well was with Snow, when Snow was basically saying, you know, because he had that crisis of fate, he was like, was Serah actually here to bring us all together and to make us enemies of Cocoon, and to go and, you know, destroy Cocoon, destroy their home, kill millions of people, right? And he had that crisis. And I think what's really telling is that, you know, Vanille is still trying to give him that positivity, that kind outlook that Serah did want to save Cocoon. She's kind of passed on the gauntlet, and that's why it's our focus too. And it goes into like Serah having that same vision of like destroying the world. But like, again, is it that this monster is going to appear and they have to defeat this monster in order to save Cocoon? Like, there's still so much ambiguity. Like, who's to say that they, strictly speaking, become Ragnarok? But I've kind of not really talked about what's happening here. And there's a quick cutscene with another FalCie.
They're growing big here.
That FalCie protects the waterfront.
Must think we came to stir up trouble.
Well, if that's what it thinks, shouldn't we probably be heading off now?
Looks like it's a little late for that.
Thing looks pretty confident, too.
It should be clumsy out of the water. If we can get it to follow us onto dry land. Okay, guess that's not happening.
Not getting any easier.
There's so many of them.
So we've kind of just been blitzing along, but basically we have a nice little kind of water area where we've just been fighting some aquatic life, and they're actually quite difficult to break down. The little kind of Orobon creatures, the little like sanguine looking ducks with bills and beaks and all that bad stuff. They have quite a nasty habit of just throwing a load of buffs on themselves, including haste, and just putting days on us and slowing us down and just doing an awful lot of damage. So we really need to kind of AoE control them a little bit. So Vanille getting that poison guy, hitting all the enemies. But again, it's one of these types of encounters where we just need a medic on standby all the time. So like literally Ravager, medic, commando, not a bad thing, because we literally just have so much damage coming from all these different sources that we kind of can't just go all out as we kind of are doing right now. Because look at that, like haste, veil, shell, vigilance, so they're not going to get interrupted, and they're just going to have all the defenses to tank out our counterattacks while they just blitz us with tons of damage. Hope throwing up veil. So this is where diversity is just a really good paradigm to be in. We're getting the AoE like damage from both lightning and Vanille here. So we just basically, I'm going to just dispel these sanguine fellas just to get rid of them. But now look, they just immediately do this power spritz ability, which does the exact same thing that I just dispelled. So like really frustrating. But and you see, look, this is the problem when we get too brazen. But actually, I want to pay highlight to what just happened. If you rewind about 10 seconds, Hope was down to like 100, like very low hit points, and the cure acid just skyrocketed his hit points from like very little to near complete. So Hope and Vanille are best healers, full stop. No shadow of a doubt about it. And what's also going to be really interesting, I won't spoil it, but there's a new weapon. So Vanille has these two ability weapons that make her clutch at 2 rolls. I've kind of told it already, but basically she gets a really cool healing staff, which will make her an incredibly powerful healer, if that's what you want to build her as. And that, again, I love that about the weapon system in this game, is that, you know, you can just pick up a good bit of money, and then even if you get like a brand new weapon, you can just upgrade it and it makes it viable end game. Like I know like end game stats, certain weapons are slightly better at doing certain things, but it's not as if, oh, I just got this weapon, it only has 3 strength and it'll only ever have 3 strength, and I have another weapon that gives me like plus 10 or 12 strength. Like I'm not going to use that. Like everything is kind of viable in a sense. And we kind of, yeah, this fight, I want to leave it in purely for the fact that it's so tricky. Like I didn't want people to be like, how am I just, you know, I didn't want to skip over it and then people be like, how did he manage to do this fight? Like I don't even have max stats and it's just driving me crazy. And all I can say to you is, diversity, I think, is just the way to go. You can blitz and have your Feras going, and then you can also just make sure your party are all just topped up, because those sanguine looking fish ducks are going to literally cause mayhem with your life. And these little guys are constantly summoning the purple guys, so like that's another issue as well. And I play a bit of a risky one. I'm like, okay, look, we're at high health, let's just try and blitz through these other little guys. And once Vanille starts attacking again, I think she probably just was like at the end of one attack and didn't finish the other ones, but eventually we take them all down, bar this one guy. And oh my god, I'm like, right, Vanille, please start dispelling. Please just start dispelling. And this is where I get a little bit upset with the AI. She seems to prioritize poison before dispel, and I would just rather her dispel and then poison. I just would prefer that. But anyway, by this point we win. But by no means an easy fight. Oh my goodness, we got like a good batch of spoils. And what did we get from the treasure chest, guys? A uranite. So 100% worth it for that little transformation catalyst and a riptide ring. So really good bonuses to our aquatic defenses. And we have another one here. It's similar. So again, what we learned from the last fight, use diversity. And then we get a water charm and a Minar stone. So 2 lovely batches of transformation catalysts there. And so that's pretty much going to be it, guys. We just have a cutscene coming up now in a second. I'm going to stay quiet for that, and that's going to be the episode. So thanks for tuning in, and I will talk to you guys next time.
Hey, Serah, what dreams are you having up there?
Hey, it's getting late. Let's spread the blankets out here.
How's Serah?
Same as we left her. Feels so far away now. Serah says she wants to talk. She'd probably prefer it if you skipped the lectures. Hey!
Once we're home, what's your plan? You're getting married, right?
What's that?
Serah wants to know.
Don't scare me like that.
You are getting married, aren't you? Don't you let her down, you hear me?
Don't worry. This tear will be her last. I'll make sure of that.
That's all I need to know.
You will see her, right?
Don't go there. No room for doubt.
You're right.
We'll see her again. And soon. You convinced me of that. So stay strong.
Don't worry. We'll finish this and go see her together.
Make my wish come true, let darkness slip aside, hiding all the hope, marking what we treasure.